What up, everyone? It's XTI here with the Rogue Patch 5.2 PvP guide. It is finally live, people. I actually thought I was going to go live last week, but apparently I got trolled by one of my friends. But anyways, oh well. I'm going to be telling you guys everything I did in my last video for, talents, any changes in glyphs, any changes in our passives, or anything like that that you could possibly know to pwn people in the new 5.2 patch. A lot of people are getting changes, so you want to be ready. You want to be ready. But anyways, I want to talk to you guys about the new moves we got, what I think about which one is better. What the fuck is that? Anyways, which one I think is better, which one I think is, would be better for arenas, which one would be better for dueling, which one still sucks, and all the other stuff. But anyways, let's get into it. All right. Shadow Focus, Subterfuge, Night Stalker. They didn't do anything for those two. Shadow Focus got nerfed to 75% less energy, which sucks, but I guess it was kind of OP in the beginning to get a free cheap shot or anything like that, but whatever. There's no changes in level 30 talents, no changes in the 45 talents. If you want to see what these guys do and you're just a brand new rogue, go check out my 5.1 video. I did all of these already. Cloak and Dagger. Cloak and Dagger is a new move. Basically replaces Shadow Step versus speed is complete crap still. Cloak and Dagger, your ambush, garrote, cheap shot abilities cannot be used from 30 yards away and will cause you to appear behind a target. So basically what it does is it takes the Shadow Step out for you. So with Shadow Step, you have the Shadow Step to the person and then cheap shot them. With Cloak and Dagger, you just do, cheap shot or whatever and automatically teleports you behind the person and does it for you all at the same time, which is really nice. I'm going to be trying it out in BGs and arenas and stuff like that, and we'll see how it works other than Shadow Step. The reason why I would probably still prefer Shadow Step is that you have to be stealth to use Cloak and Dagger, while Shadow Step you can be out of stealth and still be flying around the map. I don't know, we'll see though, we'll see how it is, and then I'll let you guys know in future videos. Level 75 talent tree, nothing changed. Yeah, nothing changed. In the 90 tree, Shuriken Toss, Marked for Death, Anticipation. Shuriken Toss actually changed. A ranged attack that deals 9.4k physical damage to an enemy target. If the enemy is further than 10 yards, auto attacks will be replaced with ranged shurikens for up to 10 seconds. Granted, them 30-yard range shurikens are coated in your lethal poison. And it replaces throw. I'll show you guys after I show Mark for Death. Mark for Death is mark the target, instantly generating 5 combo points on them. If the target dies within 1 minute, marked for the death will cooldown is reset. So basically, it just allows you for a bigger burst. That's all it does. When you're bursting and crap like that, mark them for death. You get 5 combo points, and you can eviscerate their butt. But I'll show you guys what Cloak and Dagger does, and then I'll show you guys exactly what Mark for Death do, and then I'll show you Shuriken Toss afterwards. Alright, so, holy shit, there's a lot of people here. Anyways, alright, so, if you want to do the Cloak and Dagger, so I don't have Shadow Step, and then you want to do either Cheap Shot, Garrote, or whatever. I'm going to ambush it. So, ambush, bam, automatically port it behind them. And now I'll show you what the Mark for Death thing do. So I'm going to eviscerate at 5 combo points. Eviscerate, Mark for Death, eviscerate. Now that is a huge on-demand burst. It's very, very nice that they have that. And of course the cooldown is only 1 minute, so it lines up perfectly with your Shadow Dance. Perfectly with your Shadow Dance. I mean, I'm not really sure if they meant it to line up perfectly with your Shadow Dance, but it does. So what you can do when it comes back up, I'll show you, is a lot of on-demand bursts. You can Shadow Dance, ambush, eviscerate, ambush, eviscerate, Mark for Death, eviscerate. While your trinkets and everything are still up, that's a huge amount of on-demand burst. Now, let me show you Shuriken Toss. You can't change that choice. What? Anyways, but while that's on cooldown, there's nothing else really to show. We got prep now. Oh, by the way, Cloak of Shadows is out of preparation now, but they made Cloak of Shadows 1 minute cooldown. So, it basically preparation still does everything else, but it just doesn't reset Cloak of Shadows anymore. I'm not really sure if that's a good thing. For me, personally, I like it because it's a 1 minute cooldown. 1 minute cooldowns and shorter cooldowns are automatically good for rogues because all of our cooldowns are way too long in general. Evasion, Vanish is 2 minutes. That's always been 2 minutes. But, Cloak and Shadow was way too long of a cooldown to begin with, especially towards all these spell casting class that are out there. It's really good now to have it every 1 minute, so we can use either Cloak Shadows, Vanish, fight, 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 stun, 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 Cloak Shadows out, fight, 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 stun, 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 and if we really need it, we can prep now and do Vanish and then keep going. I wish they was to buff up the recoup healing. Oh, they did. They did buff up recuperate healing. I forgot. Now it restores 4% of your maximum health instead of 3. So you can still get that glyph um, recoup to do 4.5% of your healing, which is actually more than the warrior's healing, but the warrior's healing is every second, recoup is every 3 seconds. So it's not obviously not as good, but it's still pretty good. Alright, so the thing is off the cooldown, so Shuriken Toss, learn. Alright, so they changed Shuriken Toss that if you do it, your ranged attacks, auto attacks will be Shurikens. So let's try. See, I'm not longer attacking, it's automatically attacking for me with Shurikens. And it can still apply my lethal poisons. I can still do Shuriken Toss, of course, for the main one. But, now it's going to be, my auto attacks are going to be flinging out Shurikens, which is really nice. Just because if you're chasing down someone, you're still auto attacking them, you're still putting your poisons up, you're still hitting them really hard. And obviously, it got hit hard. I was hitting really harder just because of my trinket procced. So it's really nice. I think it's a cool ability. It really depends on what you want. If you want to chase down people and kill them on the way to wherever the hell they're going, or if you want to get the Mark for Death. Personally, for me, I'm going to get Mark for Death because that's an amazing burst cooldown that lines up perfectly with Shadow Dance every time it's up, along with your trinkets. So it's a really good burst macro. Well, I wouldn't say a burst macro, but a really good burst ability that you have now. That rogues are able to have. So I think that's it. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, be sure to write in the comments, and be sure to subscribe if you like my video. Be sure to subscribe if you don't like my video. But yeah, guys, this is XTI, and I'm out.